Yes, you read the title right. Today I'm going to fight the entire D&D Monster Manual. So stick around while I lay out the rules to this fight and see whether or not I will be bested by this book of baleful beasties. So first of all, no, I'm not going to be fighting the book itself. Man versus paper wouldn't make for a good fight. No, I'm going to decide whether or not I could win in a fight against the monsters in the manual. You may be asking, how is this going to work? And also, why are you doing this? We do things differently here on the Dungeon Based channel. I got a new microphone for dangle thingamajiggle. Well, to answer the second one first, because I don't play by the rules, there was a survey conducted by YouGov, yep, the UK market research data analytics firm, about whether or not people could beat a list of animals in a fight unarmed. They also asked a bunch of Americans, and to no surprise, the Americans were much more confident in every fight, which, by the way, isn't an insult. If you go on a hike in certain states, there's a real chance you'll see a bear. Meanwhile, if you go on a hike here, there's a real chance you'll see a rabbit, maybe a sheep, but you know, have you seen what rabbits are like over here?
Jesus Christ!
So those that are told how to deal with these very real threats, yeah, they're going to have the knowledge advantage from knowing how to do all these things and know all these survival tips. Which by this logic, Australians should have took this too, to see them answer yes to everything. So I'm going to follow the footsteps of the very real and very serious market research firm who asked 3,000 people whether or not they could beat a kangaroo in a boxing match, and ask, could I beat the terrifying creatures in the Monster Manual? As to how this is going to work, I'm not going to see if I can beat things in the beast category, because unless it's a dinosaur, it's just animals again, like the original survey, so I'm going to run through a bunch of the weirder creatures and sit and puzzle out whether I could go toe-to-toe with them and win. However, the whole unarmed thing is going to be a problem, because unless I'm a monk or an incarnate by now, I'm just not going to be able to beat most of these guys. So there's an extra layer. I asked my good friend Ryan to make me into a D&D character. I asked him because he's known me for a long time, and it removes any chance that I'll boost my stats, or more believably, lower them. And transferring me into the character sheet, he made me into a half-elf glamour bard with 8 strength, 16 dexterity, 12 con, 14 intelligence, 10 wisdom, and 16 charisma, saying I got that riz. I chose myself some spells and tried to match them to me as close as I can. Like I chose Hideous Laughter because I've told the joke before, and I have a terrible laugh. And I chose Locate Objects because I can find things decently. And Locate Creature because if I'm at a party, that dog is mine. First I'm going to decide whether I could beat this beastie in question just as me, but I'm also going to consider if I, as a bard, and the bard was me, and I was the bard, not a character, and I was a bard, could I beat the creature? The battlefield we'll be using is going to be an open arena, like a gladiatorial arena, so neither of us can just climb a ledge and shoot down and pop shots at the other one. It's going to be me versus one of these creatures, so no swarms or multiples regardless of CR. And the creatures are going to be picked based on CR, so I don't have to fight an aboleth or an Aarakocra first. So those are the rules. A fight to the death with each of us at maximum capacity after a long rest. No magical items, just the base items we have on us. So, let's fight
The Monster Manual.
Hi, do I look like a bard yet? What about now? I am a bard, so it's only natural. Also, there's gloves. It's too warm in here. First up, the guys on screen. I'm not even going to cover them. Yeah, I would destroy these guys. But here are some honourable mentions. A twig blight, a myconid sprout. Can I beat a stickman and a mushroom? Yes, because I know your weakness. It's fire! I mean, it's also my weakness, but even so, I've got spells and a sword, and you've got prospects as a tasty treat in my fry-up. A flying sword. People use swords to defend against swords. If I hit this sword with my sword, it's going to lose hit points. If I hit it about twice, it's dead. I don't care if you can fly or not. Could I kill a blink dog? I think that question is answered whether or not I could kill a dog. Yes, I could. A flump, but they're so helpful and cute. No, I think I can do it. The pseudo dragon's actually a bit of a tricky one, since they're tiny, only have a few hit points, but they fly and they're tiny, which means I can't hit them as well. And they have a poison sting. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to throw my costume over it like it's a net and swing it about until it's not moving anymore. And you know what? Anything at this level that is related to a monodrone, I'm no barbarian, but I will find it in my soul to destroy them. I think the one that I couldn't beat is a pixie, who can literally transform me into a worm and throw me off a cliff, as well as a multitude of other horrific fates. A zombie? A slow lumbering corpse? I think as long as I have a weapon I should be okay against this one. A skeleton. Now we're approaching a bit of an issue. Can I beat a dead humanoid? In the confines of the game I have to try and beat its armor class. But outside the game, I would just start disassembling the guy like it's Lego Star Wars. A Minotaur skeleton. A cockatrice? Basically, can I kill a chicken? A grey ooze? I mean, sure he can corrode my sword, but this guy can move 20 feet if he dashes. And because I don't need to think anything like turn-based combat, I can just kite this guy like it's COD Zombies. A magman, I don't fancy my chances against a walking ball of fire who would just light me on fire, and I would be dead. I can't stop a drop and roll when he's pummeling me to death. A myconid, I don't know. Their ability to mind control me with spores terrifies me. I'd have to bust out some spells to beat them. And I reckon I could fight one if they didn't have spores. But they do, so I guess I'm screwed like it's The Last of Us. A rust monster. Can I beat an insect that can rot my stuff? Can I just wear a leather boot and kick it to death? A satyr. Let's be honest, they just trick me. Fair. A shadow. I mean, this is a terrifying idea. Can I beat a hardly corporeal being? I mean, unless I can insult it to death, saying that I'm Sonic and he's Shadow, then... I mean, no, that's a terrible insult. Vicious mockery wouldn't work. A warg. These guys fucking terrify me. If it can pounce me, then I'm done for. I mean, if Aragorn can't beat one without being tossed off a cliff, there's not much chance for me. I'm no King of Gondor. Or am I? Animated armor. I mean, this is a funny one, because it's just a suit of armor that's trying to punch me. However, as a bard, I'm not amazing with my sword, and all my spells wouldn't work on it. I don't even think I could overpower it with my weak little arms with 8 strength. I really wish I had heat metal. Any dragon wormling. Could I beat a baby dragon? I really wouldn't want to, because I love dragons, and even in this fight to the death, it can use a breath weapon. Also, it's basically just an even worse alligator. So yeah, I'm screwed. A dryad. More like dyad. A death dog. Doing the job for me. A ghoul. Ghoul story, bro! Dead again. A harpy. I will never hit a woman. But you got chicken feet, so... An imp. More like limp. Take a D4 or 1,000. A quadrone. Get out of here, Wally. A scarecrow. If you only had a brain, vicious sockery. I came in this. A quasit. Time to make a deposit. With the deposit being you. And the place that I'm depositing you is... back to hell. D4. I'm on a roll! A hippogriff. I mean, probably not gonna win. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Next one. A spectre. No, he'll just life drain me to death. An ankeg? A massive burrowing, acidic cockroach. This ain't Starship Troopers. That guy's eating me. An awakened tree. Okay, straight up. It's really slow, and a tree isn't immune to psychic damage. Time to kite and talk shite. An Azer? Yeah, that short Gigachad King is gonna destroy me and forge me into something grim.
I'm gonna melt you down and make a ring.
A carrion crawler. You know what? I have a sword. I could take it. A centaur. Nope. Nope. Part warrior, part horse? I couldn't beat a horse. I'm terrified of horses. Never mind a horse who could also shoot me with a bow. An ettercap. Oh no. No, I would have a panic attack before I even touch that thing.
No.
A gelatinous cube. In a dungeon, I'd be boned. But in this open arena, it's so slow. I'm just going to be able to outrun it and keep running and running and running, and it's so easy to hit. I'm just going to be able to clip bits off of it, and they look like there's a bunch of Orbeez everywhere. A gargoyle. What do you want me to do against a flying statue? It's resistant to non-adamantine stuff. I can't even call it a crusty-ass gargle oil because it will just dive bomb me. A gibbering mouther. A gibbering mouther? I don't know. Funnily enough, I hate it when people say something that I just don't know what they're saying, and I have to keep asking what they said. That stresses me out enough. So a creature that uses that as its weapon, that can ruin my mind, yeah, it's gonna mince me. A grick. I feel like I'm taking psychic damage just from looking at it. A griffin. Same as the hippogriff. It'll fly down and tear me to shreds. An intellect devourer. Yeah, this thing would absolutely destroy me. But I warn you, little buddy, there's not much to eat up there. A merrow. What, just a roided up mermaid? And if it's in my arena, get dunked on. Get it? Dunked underwater? A mimic. I love these guys. But the real question is, could I bring myself to kill Chester? My sweet boy. Any other mimic, it can't hide anywhere. And at that point, I was going to throw stuff at it. I'm talking my boots, I'm talking my loot, I'm talking every word I can think of that is even slightly offensive. But Chester, I would forfeit my son. A Nothic. These guys who I never ever use, but man, if I was up against one, I think it would be down to the wire. Nah, actually, no. It would rot me to a fine paste, yeah. You could have been my tig-bitty North girl, but you playing. An orca jelly. Absolutely ruined. I don't care if you can split like a slime from Minecraft. You're not immune to me berating you. An ogre. Imagine this for a second. A massive hulking brute that can absolutely run faster than you. Good luck with dealing with that on your own. Unless it's Shrek. And at that point, if you are particularly gorgeous, you're gonna get smash-mouthed. Hey now, you're a porn star. A Pegasus. Sort of winged angel horse. Yeah, I'd rather fight a pentadrone. 0 out of 5 chance I'm stopping until I could cut you up and repair my computer with your bits. A Periton. A hard-eating flying abomination. As soon as anything can fly, it becomes 10 times more terrifying. That thing could just pick me up and drop me like I was a goat. A rug of smothering. The rug that can grapple you, and a grappled creature is restrained and blinded. Joke's on you, I'm into that shit. A sea hag. If looks could kill. And they will, because I need to look at you to do anything. A spined devil. That guy is absolutely dragging me to hell, and also, he's going to turn me into Swiss cheese and make love to every hole there is. A will-o-wisp. Have you seen what these guys can do? It can fly at me so quick, tase me, and then drink my soul before I can even react. Brutal. A basilisk. Petrification. Never fun. But my guy is slow, so here's the thing. If I can keep outside of a 30-foot range, and I can keep him in range of my spells, then basilisk my balls! A bearded devil. A displacer beast. Wow, an even more dangerous and terrifying panther? Let me think about that. A doppelganger. We may both have imposter syndrome, but I'm the one with the knife. A green hag. Ha! You don't have your coven with you. Looks like you're done for. Wait. Vicious mockery? An equal match. A grell. What cruel god lets you happen? Especially since you can't fly faster than I can run, and Vicious Mockery has a 60-foot range. Slaughter by slander it is again! A hellhound. A terrifying hound of hell that can breathe fire and tear me to bits. Call me Kibblebits. Okay, gonna quick fire these. Minotaur, Manticore, and Hook Horror. I'm not winning those fights. Don't look at me like that. You couldn't either. Want to go tail to tail with a thing that has spikes for a tail? Mummy. Sorry. Mummy? Sorry. Mummy? Sorry. Against a group, Mummy's a kind of a pushover, but solo? That dreadful glare means they can shamble on over and fist me good. Mommy? A nightmare. A hell horse? No. An owl bear. Whilst adorable, it's deadly, and no bard is surviving that shiz. A phase spider. A massive dimension-hopping spider. Unless I have a trans-dimensional roll of newspaper, I'd rather fight the owlbear, thanks. A spectator. Haha, fell down from the stands, did ya? Well, now I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime. Water weird. I know you are, but what am I? A white. Bring it on. I'm immune to your privilege. A winter wolf. I wish I had more than just a pointy piece of metal right now. A yeti. Sorry to piss in your snow cone, but you don't like fire, and I have a torch. You're done for. Chill out, I didn't make an ice pun. UNTs. Why'd I have to be snakes? A banshee. Is a male banshee a ban him or a ban he? A black pudding. Pretty much the ultimate slime. It's corrosive, it's fast, and it can split apart. But it's not immune to mockery. But I do need to be careful what insults I say. A cool. Hey, while I love Eldritch Horror, I love lobster and garlic butter more. A coatl. I don't know what's harder, fighting you or pronouncing your fucking name. An etten. Hey, if I pay you for head, is it half as much or double as much money? No, but seriously, I'm dead. A flame skull. Just give me a baseball bat and I'll hit a home run like it's a blunt. A ghost. A helmed horror. Look at that armor. Look at that sword. Look at them immunities. But you know what he's not immune to? Have a lol, edgelord. You look like Lord Zed. A lamia. I'm realizing that as long as I can outrun a bunch of these, I'm fine. Unless they have suggestion. A shadow demon. This arena's lit, my guy. Doesn't matter if you can fly, you can deal psychic damage, but so do I. What? What, you got telepathy? Then you can get a preview on this. An incubus or succubus? Well. It all comes down to this, huh? Seducer versus seducer. You can fly, you got a killer kiss. But I got something too. That's right. I came here to eat ass and chew bubble gum. And I brought the gum. So what comes first? Your ink or your suck? Well, that was quite a ride. It wasn't the whole Monster Manual, but after all those fights, I think I've got enough XP to level up. Take on the next range of CR monsters in this book, perhaps. As to how many wins overall, let's see. That's 51 wins. And around 51 defeats. Yeah, for those I took on, like a bunch of them would just wreck little old me. So if you enjoyed, I will level myself up and take on the CR5 to 8 monsters on my way to fight the entire Monster Manual. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, share and like, and let me know in the comments if you think you could beat more than I could, or if you disagree with any of my decisions. Click the video on screen to see me dive into the past, to look at a D&D show you probably haven't seen, to see some other adventurers take on monsters just like these ones. They didn't have a bard. If they bring the show back, I want in.